With the building block world of Halo, you can expand to your own desire. Mix and match, customize, and build whatever you want. Who cares if it's canon? You're free to do so. And this set invites that play to all ages. From Mega Construx Halo, this is the Building Box. Other building-based companies have sold bins and boxes of parts open for your own use. Some of the major ones also promote a full suggested build. This isn't new to Mega Construx, it isn't even new to Halo with the Builder's Forge before it, which seemed to inspire this to a degree. Whatever you do, you can store all the spare parts inside the box, which on the side shows its inventory. Strange, some common pieces seem to have odd numbers. Is it enticing me to get a second? I won't argue, I'm thinking about it. I do feel it needs more hinged parts. The box closes over with a plastic piece hook in the top. While you can build on it, the piece is not a common 2x4 brick and is embedded on the cardboard. 450 parts may look generous, but that accounts for the figures and bulk of weapons. Among the parts, the set comes with 2 tan base plates, 2 sets of both flares that can combine and attach, 2 grenades, a sinful sidearm pistol, an SMG, a rocket launcher, an energy sword, a battle rifle, a tactical shotgun, a bulldog, a shock rifle, and an assault rifle with ammo counter that slides on. Along with it, you can also use the 2-cone, shield barrier, and trans blue made from 3 parts, and a small crate to store weapons, though they are incorporated in some of the builds. The set includes 2 figures, the first being the blue UNSC Spartan EVA. This is coming back from the Reach design using the modern articulation. Very nice to see, it's been a while, hasn't it? The figure uses blue armor, gray undersuit with a dirty gray secondary color, painted knife on the chest, and a gold visor on his big bald head. At least it's got an attachment on the side. The other figure is the red UNSC Spartan Gunganier, which even though this design has been seen in Reach, it's new for Mega Construx, and I gotta say, totally makes up for the 343 glob of a head. The Spartan features red armor to counter the EVA included, black undersuit, light gray limbs, a painted knife, little pouches, and respectable paint on the helmet. Black to outline the gray vacuum-shaped head, with a painted red line and a detailed gold dot. Not to say the figures are bad, I like them, but looking at the big picture, I think if I bought a bunch of these, the figures would get old real quick. I think with the custom bulk of parts, the set would benefit from its own alternate armor options to change. Focusing on the primary construction build from the included instructions, some of the builds are hand-me-downs from older sets, and that's no different to the Microfleet Pelican, originally from the Builder's Forge with some slight changes of the parts in metallic green. There's a couple specialized parts in the construction, including the curved plates for the wings, and it's more solid than I thought, but it's very blocky and outdated, especially compared to the mystery pack version. I guess as something simple to put in the background, it's alright. Now this is familiar territory. The Mongoose is completely nostalgic, almost a one-to-one recreation from the very first, just in different colors with a blue windscreen, no stickers of course, and a random clip in the back you can't really do anything with. Weapon storage? That's a no. The gray on the front breaks it up, but as a very basic form of the Mongoose, bringing back those modified plates around the wheels, it works, especially since it doesn't take up too many parts, brings in those unique pieces, and is something for the figures to drive. This is a small outpost, but there's a lot going on. I think the only part I dislike is this top barrier that's just flat. We've got spare slopes and stuff, why not make it interesting? Extra elements include 2 cones, 6 sandbags, 1 off at the bottom, possible barrels, an energy sword, fusion coil, and a crate for tiny fingers to get in. I like how it feels so basic in its setup, like it's compiled together from things laying around or handy objects that are open to use in any form. There's even a small shielded defense turret at the top for a figure to man in full motion. All this is good and it comes together really well. The Pelican, while a suitable build, is probably the most out of place thing here. Well, until you bring the other infinite Mongoose, but we're not done. With all the parts left over, and as the box suggests, there's a secondary main build. If you can get the app to somehow work or manage to find it online, the alternate build seems to be this wide station and small Warthog. For some reason, you need another clip, gray pin, and 2 1x6 bricks to complete the build. Yet, my set never got them. They're not even listed in the inventory. But using included 1x4 bricks, you're able to work around it. Driving through is the single mini build replacing the 2, a micro UNSC Warthog. Perfect given the Mongoose parts. This is based on the Builder's Forge and Microfleet sets. seems to be in its basic form, with tusks on the front and a single turret that looks a little big. Drives pretty well, the turret is mobile, I love the blue windscreen, and the hood construction is very smooth. It's also pretty chubby. Like babies, they're cute when they're chubby. The station is set up as this wide open area allowing stuff to drive through, maybe for maintenance, as a stopping point, or to tax people on a bridge. Some interesting objects are left out, but some sandbags remain, along with cones, the crate, and those barrels. Introduced and left out from the main build despite possibly being the most interesting are these console printed pieces. A large clear 4x4 tile and 2 slopes complete the on-screen computer system. There's also an automated turret on top that spins freely. The Warthog drives through with ease, but what about a full-sized one? It's wide enough, but the turret does tend to get in the way for it to fully fit, unless you adjust it. Mongooses fit perfectly, but can it fit a Wraith? I like the wide construction, and one could argue with the ramps that there's more spaces to place figures. However, I just like how complete the outpost was. This may be wide, but it's so spread out, feeling a little empty. But check this out. Here's all the parts remaining used in the other build, outside of what's already on the set. And all this doesn't get used for either build. There's still so much. There's large plates and whole elements not seen in both. With all this, it opens the possibility to go outside the instructions. Here's just a few examples. This set is completely perfect for creating these crafted structures for the figures to interact. It's also generous on spares and weapons. The figures might be tedious after constant repurchase, and it's not a large vehicle, but besides that, the open opportunity for blending this in current Halo sets is well worth it.